Good morning, everyone, and I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today, the testimony I wanted to share with you is for someone called Subhash, who's a non Catholic, and how he discovered his life in Kreupasanam. So, he is from Muvattupura, and he first had a stomach issue in September 2023, and he had his friend take him to the hospital to meet a doctor, and doctor asked for a few tests, and then when they met the doctor, he told them that he has liver cancer, and they were devastated. And they came back, they spoke to the family, and they went to see so many other doctors and even the best doctor in Kerala, and he said that there is nothing much to do. And then they took him to the best hospital in Pondicherry, where specialized cases are handled for liver issues. And the doctor again said that he cannot do chemotherapy or a liver transplant, which is also not an option. And then they mentioned that the only option is immunotherapy. And then they started the treatment, and weeks went by, and he was literally losing hope. And one of his friends from Canada told him that you should go to Kreupasanam, you should meet Mother Mary. And he first was not really interested, and his friend said, okay, if you don't want to go, just send your wife. And his wife went to Kreupasanam, and she took the covenant, and they prayed. And again, later on, they were still doing the treatments, and they were almost losing hope. And one day his wife said, why not go to Kreupasanam? Come with us, let's go to Kreupasanam. And he called his friend, and they got into the car. And the moment he got into the car, the first thing he said was, I don't think I'll make it till Kreupasanam, because I don't think I'll live there, live to reach there. And and he fell asleep. And he said that he had this divine feeling where suddenly someone just woke him up with a sound saying that Jesus is going to be glorified through you. And it's not just him. Everyone heard the sound, and his daughter clearly heard the sentence. And this was their first experience. And then he woke up and he showed his friend the right way to reach Kreupasanam. And they reached Kreupasanam. He prayed, and after weeks and months later, after so many struggles, that was the moment when he really felt that he was feeling better. And he was not able to eat once he was diagnosed with this problem. He was not able to eat, but while he was in Kreupasanam and when he got out, he felt hungry and he wanted to eat. The first time he said, I want to eat something, can we go out and have something? And his family was so happy. And then they got back, and he had a good sleep. And the next day he said the first thing was, I felt I was so organized. I woke up early in the morning, I started walking, and I started praying rosary. And he started walking, and his son was walking with him, and they started with 1 kilometer walk, and they used to pray the rosary while they were walking. And eventually they started walking to 5 kilometers, and he was feeling better day by day. And so eventually he was feeling that kind of divine grace. And his son started giving Kreupasanam newsletters to everyone, as he was not able to travel much. So when his son used to give the newsletter, he used to tell them, my dad has liver cancer, and this is part of his treatment. And that really touched a lot of people, and they used to hug him and say, your dad's going to be okay. And so he started being very serious about the covenant. So as we all know, Kreupasanam has a covenant prayer. So we build a relationship with God, we stay close to God, and we follow the rules that we are supposed to do. And like praying, charity, helping each other, and staying close to God. And it's more like a program that brings you closer to God. So that really worked in his life. And then one day he said, I want to go to Kreupasanam again. And they went to Kreupasanam, and they met Father Joseph, who prayed for him, and he had his hands over him, over his head, and then he took holy oil and he drew a cross on his belly, and he was having terrible belly ache by that time. And but when he did that blessing, and when he put the holy oil on his belly, and then Father Joseph told him that 41 days, come back after 41 days. And his family and himself, they were very relieved, because they said, okay, I get 41 days more to live. And after that, he went back. He was continuing with a covenant life. And then one day, before 41 days, like it was almost 41 days, he said, okay, let's do a scan. And initially when he did a scan, the people called back and they told him, you should do a CT scan. And he was a little worried. He did a CT scan, and which was like 20 kilometers away from his house. And then he just got back home. But they called back saying, you should do the CT scan again. And he was even more worried. But he did it the next week anyways. And when he did that, they said, nothing to worry, just take it to the doctor. And the doctor was really shocked, because when he had initially did the CT scan, he had 2 tumors. One tumor was 8.6 millimeters big, and the other one was 6.5 millimeters big. And now in the current CT scan, the 6.5 millimeter big tumor is missing. It's just not there. And the next one, the 8.6 millimeter tumor, is now only 3.5 millimeter big. And he said, and also the alpha protein count, which he had initially taken, was 41,000. But now, when he took the alpha protein count, right now it's just 374. And he said, I don't believe it. It's a miracle. And I'm here to say about this miracle and how Mother Mary had her intervened in my life. So I'm pretty sure this was something which really tells us more about the divine intervention and how Mother Mary can help us get to Jesus. So I hope you all loved it, and I wish you a wonderful day ahead.